This tends to be a very controversial topic because of the many different definitions that people have or tend to have towards what a leader is. People have all sorts of different things that they think that make you a leader, and that's going to take us too long in this video. So today we will be only using one definition, very simple, that I think we can all agree with, which is a leader is a person who inspires other people to take action towards the same mission. Today we'll be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is leadership, but most importantly and specifically we'll be talking about how to create leaders within your company or organization so that you can leverage them to help you spread the word about the mission and the vision that your company has. Otherwise, trust me, it's really hard to grow alone if you don't have other people that are spreading the word about what mission your company has. My name is Andrew Peasy. I'm an investor and entrepreneur out of Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to the AP Show, where we'll be focusing on how to build a great life around health, wealth, love, and happiness, which I believe are all needed in order for you to have a great life overall and not just in one specific area of your life. What we're going to be talking about in today's video might trigger you to not like the content, or you might like it. So regardless of either one, if you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, please comment below with the reasons why. I'm always going to be open to debate and see what other people think. And that way we can also know what to address in future videos. But also, it's always helpful for people to see the comments and get the different points of views of people. My goal is not trying to convince you to start thinking what I'm saying is the complete truth. My goal is to start putting out there all the information that I have been able to find based on facts and let you make the decision on what is best for you to start running your life. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is please hit the like button if you appreciate content like this, but also subscribe so that every Monday when we drop a video, you get the notification and you don't miss the content that we're putting out there every Monday. With that being said, I want to jump into the video by first saying that I want to elaborate more on the definition of a leader that we're going to be using in this video. A leader, in the simplest way put, is a person who inspires actions in other people to follow him to accomplish a common goal. And for me to be able to elaborate on that more, I'm going to be using my own example. And by the way, a lot of the times when I use my examples in my businesses and stuff like that, I do it not to brag about what I have become or the great of a leader that I am, but rather to give you the information on why exactly it is that you have to have your reason and your why very strongly defined and clear so that people can buy into it. Because nobody's going to buy into a vision if the person who has the vision has no idea how they're going to execute it. So the only way that I can show you and tell you all the information is if I use my own example, and that way you can know exactly from a real example how it operates. When I opened my insurance company, I had the goal to be the #1 agency in Las Vegas, Nevada. And let me tell you something, it takes a ton of work and motivation and leadership and people and a ton of different things to accomplish such a massive goal. To be the #1 insurance company in Nevada, I had to have about 20,000 customers, which is not an easy task to do. It was such a massive goal, and I was clear about that I never placed that in my short-term goals for the year. I placed that goal in my long-term vision. But one of the things that I can tell you is that because I had the vision, I was clear about it, and I knew exactly why, it was easier to attract the right people that were going to help me accomplish that mission. And let me tell you, that is exactly the reason why I have such a competitive team in my agency. My mission when I opened my insurance company was to make sure that my community was educated about the consequences of being underinsured or not having the right coverages in place. As I think that many times people see insurance as the least thing to talk about or pay attention to, yet it's one of the most important things that you should be able to sit down with somebody and make sure that you have the right protection plan for your family in case that something unexpected happens, your family is not left with nothing. Now, I can tell you that having the mission and the vision of the company very clear made it easier for me to then go look for the right people to add to my team. Because what I can tell you is that my whole team and I never felt like what we were doing was just selling insurance, but rather what we thought that we were doing, and we know now for a fact that we're doing, is changing people's lives and making sure that whenever those unexpected events happen to their family and to their lives, they're fully protected with the right coverages in place. With that clear, I also need to define what type of a leader I chose to be, because that's the next thing that I want you to think about. There are really 3 feelings that you can lead with, and right off the bat, I will give you all 3, but I want to make sure that you understand I'll give you the one that I picked for myself for last, because I really believe that the leadership type or feeling that I picked is the one that inspires people to work for you or with you because they want to and not just because they have to. The first feeling that you can lead with is called fear. And those who lead with fear are always making their employees feel like they're threatened by the fact that if they don't hit their goals by the end of the month, they will be fired. They're also always like instilling fear into their employees by saying things like, you have to do their job this way, otherwise you're not going to have a job. And let me tell you, leading with fear is the worst type of leadership, because everybody that follows you don't follow you because they want to, but only because they have to, because they're only there because they are getting a paycheck at the end of the month. The second one that you can choose to lead with is called respect. And those who lead with respect are those who have followers and people follow them because of a certain status or degree, such as doctors, attorneys, CEOs, governors, anything like that. Those people have followers because of the status or degree that they have, and that causes people to want to follow them. But the most beautiful one, in my opinion, is the one that I chose, and it's to lead with love. When you lead with love, people follow you because they want to be part of your company, because they believe in you, in the mission, in the vision, and that makes them want to follow you. They don't have to follow you, because when you lead with love, it's all about what they're trying to accomplish, and they feel like they have a part in the company, in the mission that you're trying to accomplish. And that is the best way to lead, because that's going to cause people to create loyalty, and they're going to stick with you when times are good, but even more when times are bad, because they feel like ownership in the company or whatever mission you're trying to accomplish together as a team. Then I want to make sure, after having reviewed all that you know exactly how that could help your company, whether you own it or is the company that you work for, grow in ways that you have never imagined before. If you realize what your mission is and you have a very clear reason as to why you're trying to accomplish such big goals or whatever mission you have, it's easier to go then convey that mission to other people. Because like I always say, everybody wants to be a part of something and feel like they're being a positive force to the world, which is usually accomplished by working towards something that is bigger than ourselves. Let's now jump into how to create great leaders and also how to inspire action in them so that the rest can follow, and that way you can accomplish the big mission or whatever goal you have for your organization. The first thing I want you to think about is how toxic it is to be around people in the company that you work for that are just lazy and are just there to get through the day and collect the paycheck, and that you know for a fact that they have a bad attitude towards the job that you're trying to do. The second thing is to start thinking now, what positive impact can have somebody with a good attitude, wanting to grow, wanting to go above and beyond, and wanting to work towards the mission that the organization have. Because what happens with that is you're going to be able to identify within that second group who is going to be the person that is capable of leading with love. Then from there, what you need to do is identify those people and then sit down with them individually to find out what drives them, what they care about. Because one thing that I can tell you that I made a mistake on was to think that because I was motivated by money, everybody had to be. And I was completely wrong, because I can promise you that is exactly the way that you create great leaders that lead with love, is to find out what drives them, help them accomplish their goals, because from there, I can promise you everybody wants to pay it forward. Therefore, when you create that type of person in your organization, they're always going to look for other people to help and do the same that you did for them at one point. With all of that being said, please hit the like button, and again, comment below with anything that you think about that we should add to this content, or if you agree or disagree. Other than that, take care everybody, and as always, feel free to follow me on Instagram so that you can get daily content from me there. Take care.